Hey girls, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing some long Black Widow inspired nails using products from Double Dip Nails. I do already have my nails prepped how I want for this application. If you do want your nails to last, do make sure to follow a good nail prep routine. I do already have some extra long coffin full cover nail tips that I'm going to be using for the base of the nail. To apply the nail tips, I am going to be using a Double Dip Nails clear polygel. Because we are doing polygel, I have some lint-free wipes. I have my dab and dish filled with some rubbing alcohol to use as my slip. I'll also be using the polygel brush. This is from any of Double Dip Nails polygel kits. I did go ahead and place a towel down to protect the mat as I'm working on my nails. Since we are using polygel, I do have my mini UV LED nail lamp to cure the nails into place. So for the first step of the application, I'm just taking the base coat gel. Again, this is included in the polygel kits from Double Dip. I'm going to go ahead and apply a thin layer to all of the nails. This is going to allow the polygel to adhere to the base coat. After I applied the base coat gel, I did go ahead and do a full cure under the LED nail lamp for a full minute. This is the nail tip I'm going to be using. If you do want your nails to last, I would definitely recommend to file the inside of the nail tip. I'm just skipping that for this video. I'm just going to go ahead and take the clear polygel and apply a small bead of this at the cuticle area of the nail tip. Taking the polygel brush dipped in the rubbing alcohol, I'm going to go ahead and slightly smooth out some of the polygel. After applying the polygel inside of the nail tip, I'm going to go ahead and place it on the nail. I am starting at my cuticle area and slowly pushing the nail tip down into place. You do want to make sure the nail tip goes from sidewall to sidewall. You do not want to have any gaps on the sides of your nail. Once the nail is placed, I am taking my polygel brush and I'm going to clean up around the cuticle and sidewall areas. I'm also going to very gently smooth out a little bit of the polygel from underneath the nail. Once all of the excess polygel has been smoothed out, I'm going to go ahead and cure under the mini UV LED nail lamp for a full minute. This method of application for full cover nail tips is extremely easy and fast. This is very similar to applying jelly tips with the builder gel liquid, but because this is clear polygel, it is a little bit stiffer, so the nail tip is not going to move if you let go of it. This is one reason why I would definitely recommend to try this method if you are a beginner doing your own nails at home. It is also a little bit similar to the lazy curl method, except we're not applying the polygel to the entire nail tip. We're only applying just enough polygel to adhere the nail tip to the natural nail. For this video, I am going to be doing a Black Widow inspired nail set. I am so excited for you guys to see this. I love how the nails turn out. They are perfect for October and Halloween. Because this is mainly a nail art video, I do want to go ahead and kind of speed through this part of the application just so that we can get straight into the nail art. Once the nails are fully cured, I am taking a lint-free wipe with some rubbing alcohol just to remove any stickiness from the nail. You do want to make sure to clean the underside of the nail very well because that is where most of the polygel is. Next, I am taking the professional portable e-file from Double Dip. This is the newer edition. I am using a ceramic drill bit and I'm going to be using a speed of about 4,000 RPM. Because I am doing this with my non-dominant hand, I do choose a speed that's a little bit lower than what I would typically pick. I'm just going to go ahead and file around the cuticle and sidewall areas of the nail. Doing this step is going to blend the nail tip with your natural nail to make the nails look as natural as possible. This does also prevent having a ledge in your nails when they start to grow out, which will prevent lifting in your manicures. You can do this step with a hand file, but of course I love to use my e-file for this step. After filing the cuticle and sidewall areas, I'm just taking a hand file and I'm going to go ahead and very gently file the sides of the nail just to make sure the shape is exactly how I want. This step is optional because the shape of the nail tips is already there, but I do like to perfect the shape as much as possible. If you want your nails to last the longest possible amount of time, I would also recommend that you file the shine away from the nail tips. I personally just skip that step because I do plan to take these nails off after a few days. So here are the nails after I filed and shaped them. I'm going to go ahead and take a nude gel polish color and apply a thin layer to all of the nails. I will be doing some nail art with some rhinestones, but for the base of the nails, it is very simple. When applying gel polish to your nails, you do want to make sure not to get any polish on your skin. That will definitely cause your manicure not to last. I would recommend to try to stay a small hairline away from the cuticle and sidewall areas of the nail. Also, when you're applying a gel polish, you do want to make sure to work in very thin layers. If you apply your gel polish too thick, it will not fully cure, which again will cause your manicure not to last. After applying the first layer of gel polish, I did go ahead and do a full cure under the UV LED nail lamp. After the first layer is fully cured, I'm going to go ahead and do a second layer of gel polish. Typically for gel polish application, I always do about 2 or 3 layers. It just depends on the opacity of the color. After the second layer of gel polish is applied, I did go ahead and do a full cure under the nail lamp. Before we get started with the nail art, I am going to be applying a matte gel top coat to the nails. I personally do this because it gives me a very smooth surface to do nail art on. I find if I do not work over a matte gel top coat, the lines do not turn out exactly how I want. So that's a really good tip that I have, especially for beginners. If you do plan to do any type of nail art, I would definitely recommend to do it over a matte gel top coat. After applying the top coat to all of the nails, I did go ahead and do a full cure under the nail lamp. After the matte top coat is cured, I am taking the black gel liner from Double Dip Nails First Gel Liner Collection. I am making sure to remove all of the excess polish from the brush. Starting on the thumbnail, I'm going to be doing a spiderweb over half of the nail. So I'm just doing a straight line from about the middle all the way down to the free edge. From the same center point of the first line, I'm going to be doing a diagonal line off to the corner of the nail. I will be doing 2 more lines off the side of the nail, making sure that the center point is the same as the first line. I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side of the nail. Once I have the initial lines of the spider web, I'm going to be doing the connecting lines. For these lines, they are typically curved inwards towards the center of the spider web. You do not have to be perfect with this step. You can do as many or as few lines as you like. Personally, for the look that I'm going for, I do prefer that these lines are very thin compared to the other lines. So to do this, I am making sure not to have as much polish on the brush as the previous lines. This is going to give me a lot thinner of a line. I am going to go ahead and repeat the same step to all of the other lines. From my experience drawing spider webs, if you do very few of these lines, it will turn out a little bit more like a cartoon spider web, but if you do more thinner ones, it does look a little bit more realistic. This is a freestyle nail set, but I do have an inspiration picture for the thumbnail. When I seen this picture, I knew that I had to do a Black Widow inspired nail set. The thumbnail is very similar to the inspiration, but all of the other nails are different. If you do want to see the original creator, I will have their Instagram linked in the description. Once I finished that spiderweb, I looked at the nail and it was a little bit crooked, so I just added another line going towards the center. So once I have that extra line, I did a few connecting lines and then I did go ahead and cure for a full minute. Next, I am taking the 4-in-1 base coat gel. This is from the Mini Luxe Gel Tip Kit from Double Dip. This is a very thick gel and it does hold rhinestones on pretty well. I'm going to apply a little bit of this in the center of the spider web. I do have these red shaped rhinestones and I'm going to be placing one of them in the center of the spider web. Before I cure that, I am taking these gold caviar beads and I'm just placing these smaller ones right around the red rhinestone. For this step, I did try to always pick the smallest caviar beads. There was a few that I placed that are a little bit bigger than the other ones, but I'm not too worried about how it looks. If you have single-sized caviar beads, that would work a lot better than having a mix of different sizes. I am going to be applying a little bit more of the base coat gel underneath the red rhinestone. I am taking these rhinestones from one of the polygel kits. I am taking the middle-sized black one and I'm placing one right underneath the red rhinestone. I also decided to take one of the biggest circular rhinestones from the red set and place one of these at the cuticle of the thumbnail. I just applied a little bit more of the 4-in-1 base coat diagonally beside the black rhinestone, and I'm going to be taking the smallest size black rhinestones and placing these until I touch the cuticle area of the nail. Once I have all of the rhinestones placed, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have the position exactly like I want. Once I like how it looks, I did go ahead and do a full cure under the nail lamp. Taking the top coat gel from one of the polygel kits, I'm going to apply this all around the thumbnail. Personally, I do not like to apply my top coat over top of my rhinestones. For this nail set, I am going to be doing all of the nails individually, which just means that I'm going to be fully completing all of the steps for each nail as I go. This is a freestyle nail set, so I am fully completing each nail as I go just because I don't exactly know what the plan is for all of the nails. This nail set did take me 2 days to fully complete, so that is another reason why I like to fully complete each nail. Just because if I have to stop in between the nail set, I have fully completed the nails I've already worked on. I did end up taking a nail art brush just to place the top coat in between the rhinestones because the brush of the bottle was a little bit too big. Once I've applied the top coat, I did go ahead and do a full cure under the nail lamp. For the next nail, I am going back with the 4-in-1 base coat gel. I am going to go ahead and skip over to the ring fingernail. As I was doing the thumb, I did plan to do rhinestones on this nail, which is why I'm skipping over to that one. So going back with the red rhinestones, I'm just going to be placing some bigger shapes going down the center of the nail. Going back with the black circular rhinestones, I am placing one on each side of where the rhinestones meet. I do end up switching out the bigger black rhinestones for the smaller ones just because I didn't really like how it looked. I did also move down some of the rhinestones to place a circular one towards the cuticle. I do want to apologize because I end up moving these rhinestones around quite a bit. It is just because I wanted this nail to look exactly how I imagined, and to do that I did have to move around the original placement. Again, I'm just going to be placing the black rhinestones in between each of the bigger ones. Before I cure that layer, I am taking the top coat gel again and I'm going to go ahead and top coat the rest of the nail. Again, I do not want to get this top coat on the rhinestones. Once I've applied the top coat to the sides of the nail and the rhinestones are in the correct position, I did go ahead and do a full cure under the nail lamp. Next, I am taking this red gel liner. This is number 4 from the first gel liner collection from Double Dip. This is a really pretty red that matched the rhinestones pretty well. For the pinky, I am going to be doing a V-tip nail design. So on the left side of the pinky, I'm going to do a straight line from the corner all the way down to the center of the free edge. Once I have that line, I'm going to go ahead and fill it in with the liner. Doing very straight lines on pretty long nails like this is a little bit difficult for me, so I did take a lint-free wipe just to clean up my line and get it as straight as possible. Once I have that side of the V-tip done, I did go ahead and cure for a full minute. Going back with the black gel liner again, I'm going to be doing the other side of the V-tip. For this one, I am not going to be filling in the corner. I'm only going to be doing the outline. I will have to say this was probably the most difficult part of this entire nail set for me. It was pretty difficult to get the outline of the black exactly how I wanted. I do want to go ahead and say that the thumbnail was probably the most time-consuming nail of this nail set. The pinky was probably my favorite nail design. The ring fingernail was probably one of my next favorites because I love the rhinestone placement and I feel like it really goes well with the pinky. Once I have the black outline done, I did go ahead and do another full cure. Going back with the top coat gel, I'm going to apply a thin layer to the entire pinky nail. Top coating over top of gel nail art is one of my favorite parts of doing the nail sets. I feel like it really blends in the colors and makes your nail art look really good. Before I cure the top coat, I am going back with the black rhinestones. I'm taking one of these small ones and I'm placing this at the cuticle. I'm also going to take one of these smallest red rhinestones and place one of these just above the black one. Once I have those rhinestones lined up, I did go ahead and do a full cure under the nail lamp. For the index nail, I did decide to do something very simple. This is probably the easiest nail to do. I just applied some of the 4-in-1 base coat to 2 areas of the nail. Taking the second from biggest red rhinestone, I just placed this into the gel. Then taking one of the smallest black rhinestones, I did place this just beside the red rhinestone. This is the head of the spider and the red one is the body. I'm going to do the same thing for the other area of gel. Ideally, I would recommend that you cure that layer first, but I just went straight in with the black gel liner. Coming from in between those 2 rhinestones, I'm going to be doing the legs of the spider. So I'm going to be doing 2 really short black lines on the left side. These are going towards the head. On the other side, I'm also going to do 2 going forwards. After I have the front legs, we're going to do the back legs. This is basically the exact same thing, except the lines are going towards the back. Total, these spiders have 8 legs, which I do believe is the typical amount for spiders. I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same thing for the other spider as well. Once I have those 2 spiders, I did go ahead and cure for a full minute. After that layer is cured, I am taking the top coat gel again, and I'm going to go ahead and top coat around the rhinestones. Once the top coat is applied, I did go ahead and do a full cure under the nail lamp. For the last nail, which is the middle fingernail, I'm going to be doing a French tip design. So I'm taking the black gel liner and I'm just going ahead and doing the smile line of the nail. Doing this type of nail design, it does have to be as perfect as you can get. We're not going to be filling in the tip of the nail, which does make doing the outline a little bit more difficult. Once I have the French tip, I'm going to go ahead and do a straight line from the smile line all the way down to the free edge. I am going to be doing more lines going towards the tip and edge of the nail on that left side. Of course, I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side of the French tip as well. Once I have the initial lines of the Spiderweb French tip, I'm going to go ahead and do those little connecting lines. Again, these are very small, curvy. I personally don't like to have as much polish on my brush just to try to get the lines to look a little bit more realistic. Once I have all of those little connecting lines, I am going to go back and thicken up the main lines of the spiderweb. So this is all of these straight lines that go from the smile line to the edges of the nail. I personally like to make these lines a little bit thicker just because I like how it makes the spiderweb look, but if you do want the entire thing to be a little bit lighter, you don't have to go over the lines again. Once I have the French tip done, I did go ahead and do a full cure. Next, I'm going back with the 4-in-1 base coat and I'm applying a small dot of this in the center of the smile line. Going back with the red rhinestones, I am taking the heart shape and I'm placing this on the smile line of the French tip. Once I have the heart in the correct position, I did go ahead and cure under the nail lamp. Once the heart is cured into place, I'm going back with the top coat gel and I'm applying this all around the rhinestone. Into the uncured top coat, I'm taking another small black rhinestone and I'm placing this at the cuticle and also a smaller red rhinestone just above this one. Once I have those rhinestones like I want, I did go ahead and do a full cure under the nail lamp. The last step is to take Double Dip Nails Cuticle Oil. This is number 6. It smells amazing. I'm just going to go ahead and apply this to all of the cuticles. It is important to rehydrate your skin after doing your manicures. And here are the nails. I really like this nail set. It really does give you the Black Widow vibes. I think this nail set is perfect for October. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Do make sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you're not already, don't forget to hit subscribe because I do post weekly nail videos. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!